Hello friends, in last lecture we saw how to solve the pair of linear equation with the help of graphical method. But there are some limitations in the graphical method. For example, suppose by solving the equation we got the values like root 3 and root 7. Then it is little bit difficult to plot on the graph. Okay, so that's why this graphical method has some limitations, and to overcome this we have some algebraic methods to solve the pair of linear equation in two variables. So in this lecture we will see the different methods, algebraic methods of pair of different algebraic method to solve the pair of linear equations. So to solve a pair of linear equation in two variables. Okay, so in this very first method is substitution method. Okay, first I will give you all names, then we will see all the methods one by one. Substitution method. Another one is elimination method or method of elimination, and the third one is cross multiplication method. Cross multiplication method. Okay, so we will start with substitution method. First I will explain you how it works, then we will see examples related to this. So these are the algebraic methods. So we will start with substitution method. See, name itself says that we have to substitute something. For example, suppose we have equations x plus y is equal to 15 and x minus y is equal to, or let it be 2x minus y is 3. Okay, suppose these are the two equations which we have to solve substitution method. So what actually we have to do in this method, see, we have to find the value of any one variable in terms of another variable. For example, from here I can say x is equal to 15 minus y, or I can say y is equal to 15 minus x. Similarly, I can find the value of x as well as y from this. From here I can say y is equal to 2x minus 3. If I take y on that side and 3 on this side, I will get y equal to 2x minus 3. So what we have to do, we have to find the value of any one variable in terms of another variable from any of these two equations, either from equation 1 or from equation 2. So here suppose I am finding the value of x from equation 1. So I can write from equation 1 y is equal to 15 minus x. Okay, let it be 3. Okay, again I am repeating what I did. I got the value of any one variable in terms of another variable from one of the equation, either from 1 or from 2, doesn't matter. Now after obtaining this, now you have to substitute. See, substitute term itself says that we have to remove one thing and at the place of that we have to put that thing. Okay, that is called substitute. For example, we saw in the polynomials, if polynomial is x square minus 4, then how to find p1? Simply what we did, we substitute x by 1. That means wherever x was there, I kept 1 at the place. So that was substitution over here. So here we have to do the same thing. Here I will put the value of y in equation 2. Now here you have to take care of this thing. As I got the value of one variable from equation 1, then I won't put the value in the same equation. If I obtain the value of any variable from first, I will put that value in second. or if I get the value of any variable from second, then I will put it into first. So here what I will do now, substitute y in equation 1, or now put y is equal to 15 minus x in second. Again I am giving you a hint that as I got the value from first, so I will put in second. So this is 2x minus, now at the place of y, see this is 2x minus y equal to 3, at the place of y I have to put this. So minus this 15 minus x remains as it is equal to 3. Now when I solve this, 2x minus 15 plus x is equal to 3. So by doing this, what I did, I converted the equation into one variable. Here this expression is in one variable, which we can solve easily. So here I will get 2x plus x, that is 3x is equal to 3 plus 15. So 3x is equal to 18. This gives you x equal to 6. Okay, so here we got the value of one variable. Now we have to find the value of another variable. For that there are so many different ways. That means after obtaining the value of one variable, you can obtain the value of another variable by putting this either in equation 1 or in equation 2 or in equation 3. You can put the value of first variable in any of these three equations and you will get the value of second equation. But I always advise that put this value of x or the value of first variable in equation 3. That will save your time. So now put x is equal to 6 in 3. X is equal to 6 in equation 3. So y is equal to 15 minus x. So y is equal to 15 minus 6. So y is equal to 9. So this is the value of y and that value is the x. That means this 6 comma 9 is the solution of the given pair of equation. That means if we put x equal to 6 and y equal to 9 in equation first, it will satisfy. Similarly, if you put these values in equation 2, that should also get satisfied. We can check in short. See, it's x plus y, that is 6 plus 9. Yes, it is equal to 15. So this is verified. Similarly, if I put x equal to 6, so this will become 12 minus, this is 9. Yes, 12 minus 9 is 3. So this is also verified. So this is the way by which we have to solve the given pair of equation by substitution method. And the method is called substitution because here we are substituting the value of one variable in terms of another variable. Okay, now we'll see the examples and then we'll come to the exercise questions. So okay, so very first question we'll see is example number 7. Solve the following pair of equation by substitution method. Okay, example number 7. Example 7 from your material. Solve the following pair of equation. Solve the pair of equations, solve the following pair of equations by substitution method. By substitution method. Okay, and equations are 7x minus 15y equal to 2. Okay, 7x minus 15y is equal to 2. Let it be equation number 1. And x plus 2y equal to 3. X plus 2y is equal to 3. Let it be equation number 2. Okay, so now as I told you, to get the solution of the given pair of equation by substitution method, what we have to do? We have to find the value of any one variable from any one equation. So we always try to get that variable whose coefficient is 1. That will save your time. For example, here if you look, then you will observe that coefficient of this x is 1. So it is easy to get the value of x from second equation. So let us see its solution. This is equation 1, equation 2. Okay, so further I can write x is equal to 3 minus 2y and let it be equation number 3. Okay, simply I took 2y on another side and I got x equal to 3 minus 2y. Now what I have to do? I have to substitute x by this in equation 1. That means I have to put this value in equation number 1 so that that complete equation becomes in single variable, and by obtaining the value of that variable we'll get the value of y, and then putting that value of y over here we'll be able to get the value of x. So here I do write, put x equal to 3 minus 2y in equation 1. In equation 1. So why I am putting it in 1? Because I obtain this from second. That's why I will put into 1. So let us see what we will get. Okay, so this is 7 at the place of x. See, this is 7 multiplied by x and x equal to 3 minus 2y. So 3 minus 2y minus 15y equal to, so now you can see this complete equation become in a single variable, which is easy to solve further. So this gives you 21 minus 14y minus 15y is equal to 2. So this gives you minus 14y minus 15y is equal to 2 minus 21. So minus 29y is equal to minus 19. So y is equal to minus 19 upon minus 29. Therefore y is equal to 19 upon 29. Okay, so here we got the value of one variable, that is y. Now we have to put this value of y in equation. As I told you, I can put this in either 1 or second or third, but it is always advised that put it into third so that calculation part becomes little bit easier, or we can say calculation part become little bit less time consuming. Okay, so I am giving you 1 minute to so that you can obtain the value of x by your own by putting this y in third. Okay, so let us see how to solve it further. Now put y is equal to 19 upon 29 in equation in equation. Okay, so x is equal to 3 minus 2 multiplied by 19 upon 29. So x is equal to, this will become 3 minus 38 upon 29. So this will become x equal to 87 minus 38 upon 29. So x is equal to 45 upon 29. Upon 29. Okay, so we can conclude that we can conclude in this way. Finally, you have to always write this line. Thus, x is equal to 19 upon 29 and y is equal to 49 upon 29 is the solution of given pair of linear equation. Okay, so in this way you have to conclude your answer. So please note it down, then we will see the next question. Now we will see example number 9. The cost of 2 pencils, example 9. The cost of 2 pencils and 3 erasers is rupees 9. and the cost of 4 pencils and 6 erasers, 4 pencils and 6 erasers is rupees 18. Is rupees 18. Find the cost of each of pencil and each eraser. Find the cost of each pencil and each eraser. Okay, so here again we'll use the method of substitution. However, it is not written in the question that you have to solve it by method of substitution. And whenever it is not written that by which method you have to solve the question, then you are free to use any method. But over here, as we started the substitution method, so to more practice, we'll use that method only. So here you have to find the cost of each pencil and each eraser. So first of all, let us assume. Okay, so suppose cost of pencil is and that of eraser is rupees y. Okay, so we assume that cost of each pencil is rupees x and that of each eraser is rupees y. Now here it says that 2 pencils and 3 erasers. So if cost of one pencil is rupees x, so cost of 2 pencils will be 2x. Similarly, if the cost of one eraser is y, then cost of 3 erasers will be 3y. Now, if we combine them, that means if we buy 2 pencils and 3 erasers, overall we have to pay rupees 9. So here I can say, now 2x plus 3y is equal to 9 is equation number 1. This is our first equation. And further it is given cost of 4 pencils, so 4x, and cost of 6 erasers, that is 6y, is equal to 18. So this is our second equation. Okay, I hope this is clear to you how to form the equations. Now we have to follow the substitution method. For that, what we have to do, we have to obtain the value of any one variable from any one equation. As I told you, to do so, we always try to get a variable whose coefficient is 1. So here if you observe, the coefficient of all the variables are more than 1. It is not unity. So still we have to follow the method. So I'll solve this equation, and from this I'll try to get the value of x. So now from equation 1, so 2x plus 3y is equal to 9. Therefore I can write 2x is equal to 9 minus 3y, and hence x is equal to 9 minus 3y divided by 2. This is my third equation. Okay, so I took this equation 1 and I solved it for x. As I told you, in substitution method you have to find the value of any one variable in terms of another variable. So here I obtain the value of x in terms of y. Now in next step what I have to do, I have to put this value that is in equation number 3 in equation 2. Again I am repeating, not in equation 1. Why? Because I obtain this from the equation 1 itself. So I will put in equation number 2. So again I will give you 1 minute, do it, and then I will give you the remaining solution. Okay, so let us solve it further. Okay, now put x is equal to 9 minus 9 upon 2 in 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 equation 2. So this gives you 4 multiplied by this, that is 9 minus 3y upon 2 plus 6y, okay, plus 6y is equal to 18. So this I can cancel 2 and 4. So here I will get 2 9 minus 3y plus 6y is equal to 18. So here I will get 18 minus 6y plus 6y is equal to 18. So the 6y minus 6y will cancel out and we will get 18 equal to 18, which is true. So see, there are two possibilities here. 18 equal to 18, which is definitely true. It is quite possible that sometime you get 18 equal to 0 or 4 equal to 1 or 3 equal to 9. That means you may get the statements which are not true. So here we have to learn new thing. Whenever see, till now we solved questions related to substitution method only. Even though if we solve this type of equation by any algebraic method, that is by substitution method or by elimination method or by cross multiplication method, and we come in such a situation where the statement is either true or where the statement is false. So if the statement is true, then we have to conclude then we have to conclude that given pair of equation has infinitely many solutions. I am repeating, if you get a statement which is true, 18 is absolutely true, so we have to conclude that the given pair of linear equation has infinitely many solutions. And if you get a statement which is false, then you have to conclude that the given pair of linear equation has no solution. Okay, so here we can write, so therefore 18 equal to 18, which is a true statement, which is a true statement. Therefore, okay, so here I am writing my concluding line. Okay, therefore given pair of equation has infinitely many solutions. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, see, here we concluded that it has infinitely many solutions. As per our previous lectures, when we have infinitely many solutions, we can observe the equations are exactly same. That means either by multiplying or dividing one equation, it is possible to obtain the another equation. So here you can check that thing. If you multiply equation 1 by 2, so what you will get? 4x 6y 18, isn't it? Or if you divide the second equation by 2, you will get again 2x 3y and 9. That means these two equations are actually same, and that is the reason we are getting infinitely many solutions. So in this case we can also conclude that it is not possible to find the value of one pencil and one eraser, or in other words, there is not fixed value of one pencil and one eraser. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Now we'll see the next question. Okay, now next is example number 10th. Example 10. Two rails are represented by the equations. Two rails are by equations x plus 2y minus 4, x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0, and 2x plus 4y minus 4y minus 12 equal to 0. Okay, solve by method of substitution. Okay, so we have to solve this equation by method of substitution. So let us see. So given equations are, okay, given equations are x plus 2y minus 4 equal to 0 and 2x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. So again, as we have to solve it by method of substitution, so very first thing that we have to obtain the value of any one variable from any one equation. And as I told you earlier, that we always try to find a variable whose coefficient is 1. So here we can see in equation number 1 there is a variable x whose coefficient is 1. So now from equation 1, from equation 1, okay, from equation 1 we have to obtain the value of x. From equation 1 I do write x plus 2y minus 4 equal to 0. Okay, therefore I can write x is equal to 4 minus 2y. Okay, minus 4 will come over here, plus 4, 2y will come over here, minus 2y, and I will say this is my equation number 3. Now further I have to put this in, as I got it from first, I will put it in second. So now put x is equal to 4 minus 2y in equation second. Okay, now when we put this, what we will get, let us see. 2x, okay, at the place of x, so at the place of x I do write 4, at the place of x I do write 4 minus 2y, 4 minus 2y, okay, 4 minus 2y, so 2 into 4 minus 2y plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. When I solve it further, here I do get 8 minus 4y plus 2y. Okay, actually here it is 4y. Okay, so this should be 4y. You can see the second and is 2x plus 4y. So 4y plus 4y minus 12 is equal to, so here I do get this will cancel out, x minus 12 equal to 0. So here I will get minus 4 equal to 0, which is a false statement, isn't it? Minus 4 is not equal to 0. So here we got the false statement. Just in the previous example we saw, we obtained the true equation or true statement, and as the statement was true, we concluded the given equation has infinitely many solutions. Okay, and over here the statement is false, so in this case we can conclude that given pair of equation has no solution. Okay, so in the question they are actually asking, will the rails cross each other? Okay, will the rails cross each other? As they are not meeting at any point, this equation has no solution, so we can conclude that rails won't meet each other. Okay, so therefore okay, minus 4 equal to 0, which is a, okay, which is a false statement, which is a false statement. Therefore given pair of linear equation has no solution. Okay, solution, it means these two equations or these two rails are parallel. Okay, therefore pair of equation has no solution, and hence we can conclude thus rail do not meet each other. So two rails will not cross each other. Therefore two rails do cross each. Okay, so that was the question actually. So at last we have to give answer in that way only. The two rails do not cross each other. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, so now we'll see questions from exercise. Okay, exercise 1, question number 11th. Exercise 1, question number 11th. Okay, so its second part we will see. We have to solve the equations by method of substitution. Okay, solve the following pair of linear equations by substitution method. So in this we will see second one, s minus t is equal to 3, given pair of equal to 3, and the second equation is s upon 3 plus t upon 2. Okay, s upon 3 plus t upon 2 is equal to 6. So we have to solve this pair of linear equation with the help of substitution method. So see, equations, let it be, this is equation number 1 and let it be equation number 2. Now equation 1, in this denominators are already 1, s and t. Here we have denominator 3 and 2. So that is the one thing that you can simplify this further and then we can solve it. Or another way, that if I find the value of s directly from this input in this. So from equation 1, s minus t is equal to 3, therefore I can write s is equal to 3 plus t. Let it be equation number 3. Okay, this is the third equation. Now we have to put this value in equation number 2. So now putting s is equal to 3 plus t in equation, see, I obtain the value of s from first, so I will put in 2. Now putting s equal to 3 in equation 2, we get, let us see what we will get. Okay, at the place of s I have to put 3 plus t. So 3 plus t upon 3 plus t upon 2 is equal to 6. Okay, so now we can say this is a linear equation in one variable. It is easy to solve. So here I have to take LCM, or in denominator same. So for that, here it will be 6. So 2 multiplied by 3 plus t plus 3t is equal to 6. So here I will get 6 plus 2t plus 3t is equal to 6 multiplied by 6. I took this 6 on that side. So over here now I have 5t is equal to 36 minus 6. So this gives me value of t, that is 30 upon 5. So I can say t is equal to 6. Okay, so here I obtain the value of one variable. Now putting this value of t in equation number 3, I will get the value of another variable. Now put t equal to 6, put t is equal to 6 in equation 3. So s is equal to 3 plus, therefore s is equal to 9. So equal to 6 and s equal to 9. So here I can conclude my answer. Thus solution of given pair of equation is s equal to 9 and t equal to 6. T equal to 6 and s is equal to 9. Okay, so please note it down, then we will see the next question. Okay, now we'll see its question number 5th. Okay, question number 5th is root 2x plus root 3y is equal to 0. Okay, root 2x plus root 3y is equal to 0, and another equation is root 3x minus root 8y, root 3x minus root 8y is equal to 0. Okay, this is the question number 5th. So again we'll try to get the value of any one variable. This time I am taking equation number 2. Okay, so from equation 2, from equation 2, root 3x minus root y 8y is equal to 0. Therefore root 3x is equal to root 8y. Therefore x is equal to root 8 upon root 3 y. This is B, equation number 3. Okay, I obtain the value of one variable from any one equation. So here I obtain x is equal to root 8 upon root 3y. Okay, now I will put this value in equation number 1. So now on putting x is equal to root 8 upon root 3 in equation 1, in equation 1 we get, let us see what we okay, so we have to put this value x equal to root 8 by root 3 over here at the place of x. So root 2, and at the place of x I have to put root 8 upon root 3 y. Okay, plus root 3 y is equal to 0. Okay, at the place of x I replace root 8 upon root 3. So this will become root 16 upon root 3y plus root 3y is equal to 0. Okay, at the place of x I kept root 8 upon root 3. So this will become 4y upon root 3 plus root 3y is equal to 0. Okay, so I can write 4y plus 3y upon root 3. So here actually I took LCM of 1 and root 3. Okay, so 4y or okay, 4y, and when root 3 will multiply with root 3, so 3, so 3y is equal to 0. So 7y is equal to 0 multiplied by root 3. So 7y is equal to 0. Okay, so ultimately I will get y equal to 0. Therefore y is equal to 0 upon 7. Therefore y is equal to 0. Okay, here I got the value of y, that is equal to 0. Now I am giving you 1 minute so that by putting the value of y in appropriate equation you can get the value of x, and then I will give you the remaining solution. Okay, so now what we will do, we'll put y equal to 0 in, as I told you earlier, in equation 1 or in 2, but I will prefer third. So now putting y equal to 0 in third, we get, let us see what we will get. X is equal to root 8 upon root 3 y, that is 0. So ultimately x is equal to 0. So here I can conclude thus to 0 and y equal to 0 is a solution. That's it. We can keep it up to this point also. Therefore x equal to 0 and y equal to 0 is a solution, or we can say x equal to 0 and y equal to 0 is a solution of the given pair of linear equations. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see one more question from the 11th one. Okay, so next I will take question number 6. 3x by 2 minus 5y by 3. 3x by 2 minus 5y by 3 is equal to minus 2. X upon 3 plus on 2 is equal to 13 by 6 is equal to 13 upon 6. Okay, so x by 2 minus 5y by 3 is equal to minus 2. X by 3 plus y by 2 is equal to 13 upon 6. There are simple, if we apply the method of substitution, for that we'll start with any one equation, we'll get the value of any one variable and then we'll put that value in another variable. That is the one thing, definitely we can go with this. Now another way, see here denominators are there and sometimes that creates little bit complication in while solving. So we can do one thing, that we can remove this denominator. So for that let us see how we have to solve and what we have to write. Given equations, given equations can be written as. So it is, see here, if I take LCM, so LCM will be 6, isn't it? So I'll get 9x minus 10y is equal to minus 12. Okay, here 3 is a 9x minus 10y and 2 3 is a 6 minus 12. And over here I will get 2x minus 3y is equal to 13. Okay, if you take the LCM over here, you will get this 2x minus 3y is equal to 13. Now by solving one of the equations from third and fourth, we have to obtain the value of one variable, and that we have to put in second equation. That means if I get the value of variable from third, I will put in fourth, or if I get the value of any variable from fourth, I will put in third. So I'll solve this only. So therefore I can write 2x is equal to 13 plus 3y, and hence I can say x is equal to 13 plus 3y upon 2. This is my equation number 5th. Now what we have to do from this 5th, that is x equal to 13 plus 13. Okay, here it is plus. Okay, let me check this. Yes, this is plus, so here it will be minus. Here it will be minus. 13 minus 3y. X is equal to 13 minus 3y. Okay, so now I'll put x equal to this in equation number 3. Okay, now on putting x is equal to 13 minus 3y upon 2 in equation 3. As I obtain this from fourth, so I will put it in third. So 9 at the place of x, I do write 13 minus 3y upon 2. Okay, 9x. So 9, 13 minus 3y upon 2. Minus 10y is equal to minus 12. So this I will be able to get the value of y. So I am giving you 1 minute, solve it to obtain the value of y, and then I will give you its further solution. Okay, so let us, so 39s are, so 117 upon 2 minus 10y is equal to minus 12. So 117 minus 27y, okay, here it is 1, so it will become minus 20y whole upon 2 is equal to minus 12. So 117 minus 47y is equal to minus 24. So minus 47y is equal to minus 24 minus 117. So minus 47y is equal to minus 141. So y is equal to minus 141 upon minus 47. Okay, so positive answer will be there. Now it is quite possible this is the final answer. That means 141 upon 47, because 47 is the prime number. But it is quite possible that 141 is divisible by 47, and to do so we'll just check the unit digit. For example, if I multiply 7 by 3. So I will get 21. So it is quite possible that 47 multiplied by 3 is 141. So that we have to check. It is exactly 141. So here I can say y is equal to 3. Now we'll put this y equal to 3 in equation number 5 to get the value of x. So here I am solving it further. Okay. Now put y is equal to 3 in equation 5. Okay. So x is equal to 13 minus 3 into 3. Okay, y is equal to 3 upon 2. Or x is equal to 13 minus 9 upon 2. Therefore, x is equal to 4 upon 2 and that is equal to 2. So here we got the value of x as well. So now I can write the concluding statement. Thus x equal to 2 and y equal to 3 is a solution of the given pair of linear equations. So please note it down. Okay, so this is your homework. Please note it down. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Now we'll meet in next lecture. Till then, bye. Thank you.